All right, so today we're diving deep with Lachan Kirashu.
A Tanzanian media expert, Christian influencer, and AI advocate.
Yeah, pretty interesting combination, right?
It really is, and he's got this ongoing series called Dear Africans.
Produced by IC's Pictures worldwide, right?
Exactly, and it's like this platform where he directly addresses his community.
On all sorts of topics.
Yeah, and this week we're looking at an episode titled MF Ungo Ia Autophagy NGU Yatoba and Upanyaji.
Which translates to.
Fasting Autophagy, the way to repentance and healing.
And he wrote it all in Swahili.
Really shows his commitment to directly reaching his local audience.
For sure, but what really caught my eye was how he links autophagy with repentance and healing.
Autophagy?
Yeah, that cellular process.
Oh, right, where the body kind of cleans house at the cellular level.
Exactly, the cells break down and recycle their own components, even getting rid of damaged parts and stuff like viruses and bacteria.
That's pretty amazing.
Totally. And Shu draws a lot from the work of Dr. Yoshinori Osumi, the Nobel Prize winner.
For his research on autophagy, right?
Yep. And Shu highlights that this whole process really kicks in after about 17 hours of fasting.
17 hours, huh?
Yeah, and he even suggests it could boost immunity and potentially protect against those viral infections.
Like hitting the reset button for your cells.
Exactly. He even mentions a study about fasting and COVID-19, suggesting it might help strengthen our defenses.
That's incredible, if anyone's interested in supporting Latian Kira's work.
They can. You can purchase his ebooks through his WhatsApp catalog.
Or send a contribution to +255 682 50 56 51.
Every bit helps him to continue educating and informing.
So it's clear Shu's fascinated by the science, but he goes a step further.
How so?
Well, he doesn't just talk about the physical benefits. He really dives into the spiritual side of fasting.
It's what makes this so unique. He's blending science and faith in a way I haven't really seen before.
I know, right? And he uses examples from the Bible, too, like Jesus fasting for 40 days in the wilderness.
And the Old Testament practices of fasting for repentance and guidance from God.
He even has this powerful quote in Swahili, Mfano ni ibada inayotufundisha unyenyekevu toba na kujisalimisha kwa Mungu.
Which means?
It translates to, fasting is a ritual that teaches us humility, repentance, and surrender to God.
Wow. That's a powerful statement.
It really suggests that for Shu, fasting isn't just about physical health.
It's about something much bigger.
You got it. And hey, if anyone's feeling inspired by Shu's message and wants to support his work,
his ebooks are available on his WhatsApp catalog, and you can also send a contribution to +255 682 50 56 51.
Exactly. Every little bit counts.
Now, I was a bit surprised when Shu connected fasting to the sacrifice of Jesus on the cross.
It's a powerful analogy.
It is, suggesting that by denying ourselves physical sustenance, we're kind of mirroring Jesus' sacrifice and moving closer to spiritual purity.
So it's about self-discipline and recognizing a higher purpose.
That seems to be part of it.
Shu seems to be saying that fasting can be a way to practice humility and align with God's will, just like Jesus sacrificed himself for humanity.
And he places this ancient practice right within the context of our modern world.
A world that's all about consumption and instant gratification.
Right, and it seems he sees fasting as like a countercultural act, a way to resist those urges.
And cultivate self-control and contentment.
Pushing back against that constant pressure to buy more, do more, be more.
A pressure most of us struggle with. It's easy to get caught up in that cycle.
It really is. And, for anyone who wants to learn more about Shu's perspective,
they can support him directly by finding his ebooks on his WhatsApp catalog.
Or sending a contribution to +255 682 50 56 51.
It all helps him continue this important work.
So what else does he say about applying these ideas in our modern lives?
Well, he doesn't really get into specific strategies in this particular episode.
I see.
But he touches on something I think is really key. He talks about how this all relates to his work with AI and the Akili Mnemba community.
Right, that connection between fasting and spiritual reflection, and then like cutting-edge technology.
That's what's so fascinating about Shu. It's like he's bridging these two worlds,
Yeah, ancient wisdom and fast-paced innovation.
Exactly, like he's searching for a more holistic understanding of what it means to be human.
Embracing both spiritual roots and these technological leaps.
Right, and it really makes you wonder, how does he see these two worlds interacting?
Yeah, does he think technology can enhance our spiritual lives? Or maybe our spiritual values should guide how we develop tech?
It's a big question, and I think his work might actually offer some interesting answers.
I'm starting to see how all these different parts of his work, the media, the faith, the AI, could all connect.
It's like he's weaving this tapestry of ideas, exploring what it means to be human in this century.
Exactly. And for anyone who's intrigued by this tapestry, remember they can support Shu directly.
Yeah, purchasing his ebooks via his WhatsApp catalog or sending a contribution to plus 275 682 50 56 51.
It's a great way to really engage with his work.
So we've been focusing on this one episode of Dear Africans.
But he's explored so many other topics too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, he's got this book, Isaiah, that delves into the cultural significance of a sacred plant used by the Chaga people of Tanzania.
Interesting.
And for those interested in that intersection of faith and tech, there's the human cost of AI.
He's covering a lot of ground.
He really is, and I think it just shows his curiosity and his desire to connect with people on all these different levels.
It's like he's inviting us all to join him on this journey of discovery.
Like, hey, let's talk about fasting, but also ancient traditions and the future of technology.
Because it's all connected, right?
Exactly.
And I think that's such a powerful message, especially today when we're often told to fit into neat little boxes.
Yeah, to specialize, to conform.
It's so easy to lose sight of the bigger picture.
With all the information and demands constantly coming at us, but Shu's work, it encourages us to step back, connect the dots.
To see the world and ourselves with fresh eyes.
So why should our listeners care about Ladian Shu and his perspective on fasting?
What are the key takeaways here?
Well, I think first, he reminds us that these ancient practices, like fasting, they can still be relevant today.
Even transformative in our modern lives.
He's not saying everyone needs to do a 40-day fast, but he's encouraging us to consider the benefits,
For our physical health, our spiritual growth, maybe even just as a way to build self-control.
in a world that's all about excess.
So true.
And second, he's really challenging us to think beyond what's right in front of us.
To explore how different parts of our lives are connected, or our faith, our work, the things we're passionate about.
It's like seeing the world as this web of interconnectedness, not just a bunch of random events.
It's about finding those deeper meanings, the patterns.
Exactly.
And finally, I think Shu's work is just a testament to the power of individual voices,
He's not afraid to share his perspective, and he's inspiring others to do the same.
reminding us that each of us has something valuable to offer.
And by sharing those stories, those insights, we can create a richer, more connected world.
And for those inspired by Shu's courage and perspective, remember, you can support his work.
By purchasing his ebooks through his WhatsApp catalog or sending a contribution to plus 255 682 556 51.
Your support will help him continue sharing his message.
So, as we wrap up this part, what stands out to you as the most thought-provoking aspect of Shu's work?
It's that unexpected intersection of fasting and AI. It really gets me thinking.
Yeah, like he's pointing to a future where ancient wisdom and this cutting-edge technology can work together.
To build a better world.
It's a bold vision.
It really is.
But he's saying we don't have to choose between the old and the new. We can integrate them, create something new and powerful.
And that integration, I think, is where the real magic happens.
Taking the best of the past and combining it with the potential of the future.
A vision of progress that honors our roots while embracing innovation.
And it's both inspiring and challenging.
A reminder that we're not limited by what we already know.
We can explore new ideas, make new connections, push those boundaries.
And who knows, maybe by combining practices like fasting with technology like AI, we can unlock a new level of growth.
For ourselves and society as a whole. Yeah, it's like this unexpected link between self-discipline and technology. Most people would see a contradiction.
But he sees a bridge.
Right. Looking beyond the obvious, digging deeper, and thinking differently.
That's what this whole deep dive is about, isn't it?
It is. We've gone through all this information and found some really thought-provoking insights.
We've explored his blend of science and faith, his message about fasting, and that fascinating connection between ancient wisdom and modern tech.
It's been a journey from tiny cells to artificial intelligence, all guided by Shu's unique perspective.
Quite a ride. And remember, this deep dive was just a glimpse into his work.
Yeah, you're as fascinated as we are. There's so much more to explore.
Absolutely. His WhatsApp catalog has all his ebooks, covering everything from the cultural significance of plants used by the Chaka people
To the ethics of AI, a really wide range of topics.
And for anyone who wants to support his efforts, you can send a contribution to plus 255 682 50 5651.
It all helps him continue to educate and inform.
We encourage everyone to explore his work further and see what resonates with them,
Maybe you'll be inspired to try fasting.
or to find connections between seemingly unrelated parts of your life.
Or maybe you'll just feel encouraged to embrace your own perspective and share it with the world,
Whatever you take away from this deep dive, we hope it sparks your curiosity.
and encourages you to keep exploring the world with an open mind.
Thanks for joining us.
Until next time, keep learning, questioning, and connecting those dots.